Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to be giving you the rundown on the top 5 methods to farm in patch 1.5, a little bit on how to do it, what they're best used for, and when they're best utilized, as well as all the information that I can about how much exactly you're going to get from them, both Phoenix credits and actual gear, as well as regular credits for re-rolling and buying sealed caches. Number 5. Now, it's important to note that high value targets do come in at number 5 on the list, but they are not recommended for anything other than burst farming. Now, what this means is that you get a lot of loot and a lot of Phoenix credits from the very difficult weekly high value targets, but you do not get very many for the daily ones, and I would only recommend farming the top cost weekly high value targets at any one point for the maximum amount of gear. This means that if you have not already done it, it's a great way to acquire loot. However, it's not something you can farm for a continuous 10 hours or anything even close. Now, from just one high value target, you get about 10 items if you are efficient and complete it fast with your squad. It can take you as little as 4 minutes, and you get about 100 Phoenix credits on average for the tougher weekly ones. That factors out to a burst farm of every week with up to 50 items in 20 minutes and 500 Phoenix credits as well. This method is very limited, however, and is not replayable, so I would only recommend this and is only actually possible to use once every week when they reset. However, it is very lucrative during that time. So if you haven't already, I would urge you to farm the HPTs to make sure you're getting all this gear. It's very quick when you actually have some to run, and it's quite fun and dynamic as well. Coming in at number 4, we have the open world boss farm. Now this one, again, is very limited. You can only do this once every 4 hours. However, this is what I would recommend for anyone that's looking to gear up their character that has not already done so. If you are a fresh 30, if you are just returning to the game, I strongly recommend using this farming method. Now I'm going to post a map up here for just a little bit showing all the locations of the named bosses in the open world. And you can get about 45 items in a half an hour using this method. Now again, they reset every 4 hours, and only a coordinated player with a map such as the one I'm displaying now is going to be able to farm all of them in half an hour. But you can do this with any build whatsoever, regardless of what you're using, unless you really are only using like 182 gear score pieces. But that's beside the point. Pretty much any player with any build that is a level 30 and can get to World Tier 5 can do this farm and get 45 items in a half an hour, as well as 75 Phoenix credits in that half hour period. And you can do this once every 4 hours. Again, I would strongly recommend using this method for anyone that has not already geared up their character. This is what I will refer people to, and this is the best way every single 4 hours to gear up, make sure that you have some semblance of a build, and then you can move to the higher and better methods on this list. Coming in at number 3, we have the Underground. Now, a coordinated group can run through a one-phase challenge mode mission on World Tier 5 in about 6 to 10 minutes, 6 being on the low end, 10 being on the high end. And they can use between 0 and 5 directives, meaning that they will gain either 0 or 36 Phoenix credits or somewhere in between. And you will get about 6 to 10 items during that run, during that period of time. Now, this factors out to a well-coordinated team getting about 70 drops per hour, with between 0 and 360 Phoenix credits per hour. Now, this is a very coordinated team running each mission in about 6 minutes. An average team with less coordination and less min-max builds are going to get about 45 drops per hour, as well as between 0 and 216 Phoenix credits per hour. It's very important to note that both methods of farming are extremely lucrative. They are both dynamic. There's going to be unique content. You're going to fight different factions. It's something I would strongly advise if you like the Underground, and it is worthwhile to do, but it is only number 3, and it is not going to take the number 1 spot like it previously did in patch 1.4 on our list. Next up, we have open world challenge mode missions. Now, I've chosen to run Lexington because of the added drop chance of getting the Luray Barrett chess piece, which is extremely sought after right now, but completely excluding that from the equation, it's still an extremely lucrative method of farming in terms of currencies. Now, you get about 7 items per run, and you can complete a run in about 6 to 10 minutes, again, based on how coordinated your squad is. 6 minutes for the highly coordinated min-max squads, and about 10 minutes tops for a random group of players who have match made. Now, you get about 80 Phoenix credits per run, regardless of how long it takes you, so that is very helpful as well. And what that factors out to is between 70 drops, 800k credits, and 800 Phoenix credits for a coordinated team, farming this about 10 times in 1 hour, and 42 drops, 480,000 credits, and 480 Phoenix credits for an average group. This is an extremely lucrative farming method. It does clinch the number 2 slot, and I would recommend moving to this after you have farmed the open world bosses to get a fairly balanced PvE build. Once you do, you can start to get that Luray Barrett chess piece possibly. You can start to get a lot of Phoenix credits, a lot of loot, and a lot of credits, and just keep building on the amount of gear that you have and expanding your build portfolio. Coming in at number 1, we have World Tier 5 Clear Sky Incursion. Now, it's important to note that the other incursions do not work like this. Clear Sky is very short compared to the other two, and is the definite method for farming, the best farming method in the game. Now, on World Tier 5, you're going to select the Challenge Mode difficulty. That's very important. And you get about 305,000 credits per run, as well as it takes 6 to 10 minutes, and an additional 270 Phoenix credits guaranteed with 6 gear pieces. This is per run again. Now, a well-coordinated team, the same as a Lexington Event Center, can complete this in about 6 minutes. I know teams that have actually completed it in under 5, but 6 minutes for a well-coordinated team is going to be possible. And what that factors out to, for again, if you have a group that you're dedicated to playing with and you have good min-max builds, you can achieve at least 60 pieces of gear, 3 million credits, and 2,700 Phoenix credits per hour with this farming method. That is very achievable. However, a more likely scenario is that you're with people that maybe don't have all the perfect builds, maybe they haven't played together and don't synergize as well. And for that average group, you're going to easily be able to acquire, in about 10 minutes per run, 36 pieces of gear, 1.8 million credits, and 1,620 Phoenix credits. This is very, very achievable. And you can just take and turn around and spend all those Phoenix credits and all those regular credits on more gear set sealed caches or regular sealed caches, which again just increases the amount of gear that you can acquire in a 1 hour period. On a side note, it's very important to understand that I have rounded down on every single estimate. I would much rather put out a video where people overachieve the estimates that I have given than underachieve them. So many groups are going to outperform these estimates given in the previous statements by a significant margin. So that is very important to know, and good luck out there farming. Just to recap really fast, with the number 5 slot, we have high value targets. I recommend this whenever possible, especially every week. Coming in at number 4, and this is the most likely and most recommended method for new players or players that have just reached level 30 or are coming back to the division after a long absence. That is the open world bosses. For number 3, we have the underground. It's dynamic, it changes up the content. It's something that can give a lot of Phoenix credits if you do have a coordinated squad and can deal with those directives, but it is only number 3 on the list. Coming in at number 2, we have the open world missions on challenge mode or on hard mode, but you get a little bit less on hard mode. Lexington in particular, the Luray Barrett chess piece is just a bonus to that. You can get a lot of Phoenix credits, a lot of regular credits, and it's very short completion time, so highly recommended on that one. And then the all-time best in patch 1.5 is Clear Sky, with per run yielding over 305,000 normal credits, 6 to 10 minutes per run, extremely quick, 270 Phoenix credits per run, and an average of 6 pieces of gear per run. Now, you can get a ton of loot from this. It's highly recommended, and once you have farmed up through alternative methods enough gear to put together a PvE build, I would recommend hitting Clear Sky hard and then getting all the possible gear that you could ever want and constructing a diverse portfolio of builds. So that's going to do it for our top 5 farming method that I'm releasing today on the patch 1.5 and all the different ways to acquire gear. If you like this, please drop a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe not to miss any content. And as always, guys, I appreciate the viewership and have a nice night.